Hello you plonkers and welcome back to another video today on the Drewzy channel, and today we're doing something a little bit different, just a little bit. So this year there have been some absolutely outrageous marks across the league from start to finish, and every week it seems like there's another mark of the year contender. So what I've done today, boys and girls, is I've compiled my favourite marks of this season, not necessarily the marks of the round because a couple of them have been shady. So I've just got my top 6 marks. We're going to review them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give each mark a rating. 1 on courage, another on hang time / height that they get, and 3 for uniqueness. So I'm going to give them a rating out of 10 for each category, total out of 30, and we're going to see who has taken the best mark of the year. If you like the video, drop a like. If you're new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe, click that red button. Let's get into the video. Alright, so we're going to start it off with my personal favourite. Is it the best mark? I don't know. We'll figure out when I tally up the scores, but it's Shai Bolton against Geelong earlier on in the season. A game that Richmond ended up getting pumped in, but at this stage in the game, they were in front. Shai Bolton reaches the heavens with this one. Let's have a look at it. Graham has it. Puts it to the top of the square. Bolton times his run and he climbs to the heavens. He looks like a skywalker. When we see this in slow motion, he jumps, times it to perfection, gets the double bounce. Like, you know when you're on a trampoline when you're a kid and your mate just double bounces you? He got that from Mark Blitzarv's shoulders. Bang! And he does the kick as well. I love it. I'm a huge fan of that mark. Based on my point system, out of 10 for courage. Now, for any player to get up on someone's shoulders, it takes a lot of courage, especially when you get up that high. But when I think courage, I think Jack Riewoldt going back with the flight into a big-bodied fullback. And that one for Shai Bolton, I'll give him a measly 5 for that one. We're harsh critics here on the Drewzy channel, so that's a 5. Now, hang time, that's a different story because he levitates. He gets right up there, gives God a high five up on the roof, and then comes back down. So I'm going to give him a 9 for hang time. And uniqueness, I'm going to give him an 8.5 for uniqueness. I like the kick up the top. I like the pop. And it's just a mark that hasn't really been seen before. So that gives Shai Bolton a grand total of 22.5 out of 30 on the Drewzy mark scale. Let's move on to the next one. Now the next one is the most recent out of the lot. And unfortunately it happened against my team, the Fremantle Dockers, this weekend. A shoddy kickback from Hayden Young just set the ball up perfectly over the head of Luke Ryan, and Heeney comes flying through. Let's have a look. Look, Griff Lowe goes for it. Brayshaw, he goes, here, Hayden Young, deal with it, mate. Wrong foot, he's a left footer. Heeney! Bang! Luke Ryan was laughing at this after as well, which I loved, but it's an intercept mark, Specky, going back towards his own goal. You don't see that too often, and yeah, it was just very unfortunate. Wrong place, wrong time for Luke Ryan. But it's a great mark. I think most of these marks, if they're in a different season, win mark of the year. But there's been so many good marks this season, it's been outrageous. This is a hard one for courage because he's sort of looking at the ball coming in from the right side, running towards goal. So it would usually be a back with the flight, but the kick is a weird mark, this one. I'll give it a 6 for courage. I think that's fair. Hang time, he pretty much just goes up and over and down and then eats poo. So hang time compared to Shai's, which was a 9, I'll give the hang time a 7.5. And the uniqueness is quite unique. I think it's quite unique. Again, going towards his goal from an opposition's kick, and he just jumps over Luke Ryan, gets some great height, and yeah, I think it's quite unique. So I'll give it a 7, which overall gives Isaac Heeney a 20. So not beating Shai's, but nevertheless, unreal mark. Now this one is brien against GWS. Now I watched the first quarter of this game and GWS were all over Hawthorn, and this mark could have potentially swayed the momentum of this game because they ended up winning. It was one of GWS's most disappointing results of the season because they were dominating in that first quarter. But let's have a look at it. This is a genuine mark of the year contender. Day. Wingard. Top of the square. O'Brien! Oh, whoa, whoa. I'm flying. Oh boy, O'Brien, says Hutto. God, he felt that. He come from a very high way up. That's... Oh, he gets that double bounce that I'm talking about. over a pack, takes out his own teammate, and eats the turf on the way down. Gets up, double bounce over the teammate. Ooh, little splits in the air as well. Loses his balance completely. Loses his center of gravity. He's like, oh shit, it's going down. Now courage. He's going into a pack, sort of half turned, running into the pack. Eyes for the ball. That's courage, if I've ever seen it. I'm going to give him an 8 for courage. Great job for you there, Timmy boy. For hang time / height, he gets up in the clouds as well. Hang time, he does go up and then come straight back down sort of thing. But the height on this, I'm prepared to give him an 8 for the height as well. He gets that double bounce. Double bounce gives you some good pointage in this system. Now uniqueness, he's going back with the flight, gets the double pump off the shoulders, and then does the splits in the air, takes out his own teammate, and eats the dirt. I think that's quite unique. I like that. I'm going to give him a 888 for a grand total score of 24 on the Drewzy marking scale. He's in the lead. Now, this one was also this round. Young Cody Weightman, a player that I've been really liking watch this season. Just a little nugget that just gets in there and gets his teeth on his opposition. Urgh, I'm a bulldog. What was that? Anyway, I like watching him play. I love the way he goes about it. He's not scared of anyone, including Melbourne's captain, Max Gawn, who's just a genuine stepladder, it seems. He gets speckied every season in a spectacular fashion. That's what Specky's short for. If you didn't know, now you know. But in such a massive game, to have the audacity in the wet to climb up on Maxie's shoulders, unreal mark from young Cody, the little man on the big geezer. So let's have a watch. Let's see what happens. Ball just kicked to a contest. Max Gawn usually eats those for dinner, and Weightman just gets up, and he doesn't come down for a long time. It's one of those, it's not just like a, there's an extra, if you get what I'm saying. And on Max Gawn, like, that is some serious height. Max Gawn must be very close to 7 foot. Cody Weightman's every part of 4 foot tall, so he's at least 11 foot up there. And he just sits on him. Takes the mark, he's got it, and then I'm coming down. For airtime, hang time, height, whatever I'm calling it, I'm going to give Weightman a 10 because he sits up there. You can see him on there, and you're like, alright, he's taking a specky. And now he's coming down. 10 for hang time. Courage. I'd say it's not courageous, it's audacious. Who has the audacity to go on Max Gawn like that? He sees the ball, he sees the step ladder. It's like when you kick the footy on the roof, and it's, do I courageously jump from a fence post onto the roof, or do I take the step ladder? And I think he took the step ladder in this scenario. It's obviously courageous. Any mark are courageous, but as I said, you get what I mean. I don't think it's too courageous. I'm going to give him a 4 for courage. And uniqueness, I mean, it's just a stock standard specky. If you were to show a foreigner, this is what a specky looks like, you'd show him this. So it's not too unique, but the hang time is what makes this mark great. I'm going to give him a 5. I'll give him a 5 for uniqueness. Bumps him up to 19. Great mark, young Cody. Max Gawn is now featuring 2 times on this video, and not for the right reasons. He's been used as a stepladder again by Port Adelaide's Mitch Georgiades. One of my favourite key forwards to watch in the AFL. I think he'll be an absolute star of the competition. I just flicked my calculator off my lap one day. I think he'll be an absolute god. Great set shot, athleticism off the charts. He was one of the most athletic players in his draft class. And to climb on Max Gawn when you're a key big forward yourself, that's some serious height. Let's have a watch. Butters, number 40. I don't know who that is, but he's pumps it inside 50. Hoping for a miracle. Georgiades hits the roof, if they had one, at Adelaide Oval. That ball is hitting high. Gawn's just sitting in the hole. That's what he does. He drifts back Maxi, and I reckon Georgiades knew that and just takes him for a ride. Maxi goes a few metres forward when Mitchy climbs on his shoulders. Gets it at the highest point. That's a great mark. One of my favourite of the season, I reckon. Just because I'm such a big fan of young Mitch Georgiades. He hits the perfect spot on the top of Max Gawn's shoulder blades, his trapezius muscle, a bit of nice cushioning on there, and he just rides it out, takes the mark, composure. Beautiful mark from Georgiades. So let's go to the scoring system. Courage. Again, he saw the step ladder. He took his opportunity. It was in a pack. I'll give him a 5. Hang time / height. Well, Max Gawn, as I said, he's about 6, 8 to 7 foot. Georgiades, he'd be up there himself. He got high. very high. Rode it for a long time. Hang time / height, I'm happy with that. I'm going to give him a 9. And for uniqueness, again, it's a pretty stock standard specky. I like it. I'll give it a 4.5, I reckon, which brings his grand total score up to 18.5 on the Drewzy marking scale. There's only one mark left, and who could it be? Find out right now. You may have guessed it. It's Jack Riewoldt against the Adelaide Crows. Now, it's in the Riewoldt name to take a big courageous mark, and that might give away my scoring. I'm just going to chuck it on because this mark is absolutely out of this world. Alien. Let's have a look. Dusty applying the pressure to Keys. Nankervis. Hands. Punched out. Graham sets this one up as well. Just pops it into the 50. Bang! Riewoldt! Back with the flight. Gets the double bounce. Flies into the pack. That is mouth-watering. That is a mouth-watering mark. Back with the flight. Eyes for the footy only. Gets the double bounce. My beard Chol, he's not a small man, and he comes and takes him out. Gets the specky. 180. Back with the flight. Have a look at this. Back with the flight. There's the double bounce. 180. My beard Chol comes over the top, and Riewoldt takes it. I mean, let's score this one then. So, courage. There is no denying the courage is an absolute 10 out of 10 on this one. Hang time / height. He goes back, jumps up, gets the double pop. Remember, double pop gets you 2 bonus points. So hang time / height is getting a 7. He's getting a 7. Uniqueness. I've never seen anyone take a specky, go back with the flight, 180, courage, get taken out by their own player. You'll never see a mark like that again. That's getting a 10 for uniqueness. Grand score of 27. Jack Riewoldt has taken Drewzy's Mark of the Year for me. Congratulations, mate. You've won a free Game Boy Color. And there you go. There you have it. Jack Riewoldt gets the Mark of the Year. And if you disagree, let me know in the comments below. If he doesn't get it, I think it'll be a robbery. Or someone in the next 3 rounds of the season just takes a 360, no scope, fakey, bloody silent shot, backflip mark, because I don't see that being beaten personally. If you've enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment, say hello. I like reading the comments, so make sure you get in there, and I'll see you for my next video. Take care, you plonkers.